Hey guys, Cynthia with the Lifestyle Nutrition. I just kind of wanted to talk about, I get asked a lot about when I'm starting with new clients, like where they should start with their workout regimen if they have not been working out and they're just really unsure of where to start, but they're all gung-ho and ready to get into this healthy lifestyle and they want to 180 everything really quick. And that is the first and easiest way to burn yourself out, is trying to completely change everything that you're currently doing to something new within like a 7 to 10 day span. It's not feasible, it's not sustainable, and it's just, you'll be miserable. So first and foremost, I have a video series on 3 things that you should do before you even think about stepping foot into a gym or think about changing your current nutrition plan. Or actually you could apply it to any kind of lifestyle goal that you're wanting to change. There's 3 things that you absolutely have to do first and foremost if you want to be successful with that. And you can find those at thelifestylenutrition.com/secrets. And then I will put a link up somewhere for you in here on that. But thelifestylenutrition.com/secrets. And it'll give you 3 videos. It'll tell you the first, second, and third thing. They're short. They're like 2-minute videos on what you must do to be successful. And it's the 3 things that I make every single client I work with. They have to do this in order to succeed with your goals. So moving past, once you've accomplished those 3 things, then there are some other things that you need to consider when setting your goals. And so let's specifically talk about fitness. So when you're wanting to become more in shape, you need to think about really what your end goal is. If your end goal is just to feel better, to have more energy, more confidence, in yourself, just feel stronger, get a little bit more muscle mass so that, day-to-day activities are easier for you. Okay, that's awesome. And that's great. That's a great goal to have. So if that's your goal, do you need to be in the gym 6 days a week for an hour and a half at a time to reach that goal? Absolutely not. Okay. So that's what you need to consider, is what is your end goal or your goal with this fitness, and how is the best way to achieve it? So if that is your goal, probably 3 to 4 days a week, 30 to 45 minutes, some resistance training, a little bit of cardio thrown in there, and you're going to be good. You're going to feel a ton better. You're going to notice some definition changes, some composition changes. Energy levels should go up with that amount of work. Now, if your goal is to completely change your physique, you want nice lines, you want to be super fit, super lean, then you're more likely to have more time in the gym to reach that goal. You're going to need 5 or 6 days, hour or so workout a piece. So you have to, 1, look at your end goal, and then 2, realistically look at the time in your schedule that you have to work on this goal. I will see so many clients come in and start working with me and be like, okay, I'm going to be in the gym 5 days a week for an hour at a time. And I'll ask them, so currently, how much are you working out? None. So do you really think it's realistic to set a goal where currently you're not working out at all, that you're going to carve an hour out of 5 of the 7 days a week to go and hit the gym when you're currently doing nothing? No, that's not realistic. So I always cut them back. I always pull back. We'll start with 2 or 3 days, 20 to 30 minutes of work at a time, and get consistent with that. Learn to build that into your schedule where no matter what, each week you can hit those 2 or 3 sessions, 20 to 30 minutes. Once that becomes easy and it's just part of your weekly schedule, then you can look at either increasing time in the workout or increasing and adding another day, whichever would be easier for you at that time. But be realistic with your goals. Also, it's a better way to start to form lifestyle habits. Like I was saying at the beginning of this video, if you come into it and you try to 180 your life, it's not going to stick. It's not going to happen. Okay, so come in, small goals, attainable goals. Nail those goals down to where they are regular routine from you. then you can always add more. You can always add more. Not to mention, always in fitness, you always want to reach your goals doing the least amount. Now, that doesn't mean doing, a super simple, easy workout. It means working out hard, but you want to do it with the least amount of time as possible. So if you haven't been working out and you can go in and you can get results with 2 or 3 days a week, then get results with 2 or 3 days a week, because whatever you start to do in time, your body will become accustomed to and you will adapt. And at some point, you'll either have to stay where you're at if you're happy where you are for maintenance, or you will have to add either more intensity, more time, more days, something to continue to progress. So if you start out at 5 days a week at an hour a piece and then you hit your plateau, guess what? You're at 5 days a week, an hour and a half a piece, or 6 days a week at an hour and a piece. And that's just a lot. That's a lot to put into your schedule, and that's a lot to commit to. And if you don't have some kind of bodybuilding goal or end goal like that, there's no reason for you to spend that much time in the gym. So just keep that in mind and be realistic when you're setting these expectations for yourself. The other thing that you need to think about is your current fitness level, where you currently are. If you haven't been doing anything, I start those clients off with walks. We just get walks in that we can work on building up some stamina, some endurance. Walking in and of itself is a resistance activity because you have your body weight pushing against you. So if you haven't been doing anything, we start with walks, and we start by carving out time in our week to get those walks in. One, to get used to putting that time in our schedule. 2, to build up some endurance and some stamina. You're going to need that to go through the workout. If you haven't been doing anything and you think you're going to come into the gym and I'm going to bench press, I'm going to squat, I'm going to do lunges and stuff like that, you're going to be so freaking sore that for 2 weeks you can't do anything because you're so sore. So you're working against yourself. So think about your current fitness level, come into your gym routine realistically, and easily work your way in. Now, are you going to be sore, a little bit sore in the beginning? Sure, because it's new. But should you be debilitating sore? Absolutely not. So I have new clients that are starting in my lift program, and they're really tight. They're not very flexible initially. They haven't been doing a lot of stuff. So we back off the weights and we do body weight work, and we work on increasing range of motion and flexibility first and foremost. And then just doing those movements, they're going to be sore, but they're going to progress quicker and faster because I'm not trying to kill them right out of the gate and make them so sore where they can't come to class for a week. Because again, that defeats the purpose of the goal that you're working on. So think about your current fitness level, be realistic. You do want a little bit of a challenge, but you don't want it to be so much that it debilitates you for a week or two after it. The other thing that you need to think about is your access to equipment. Do you have a gym membership? Are you going to work out at home? Are you going to work out with a friend? What does that look like for you? What is your ability to access equipment to do? I personally go to the gym and have a home gym as well, but fitness is my life. So I have access to either one depending upon my day and what my work schedule looks like. So if you right now don't have a gym membership and just carving out the 20 to 30 days getting that in, I would recommend starting at home, starting with a walk, maybe get a light pair of dumbbells or some resistance bands. And you can so easily Pinterest or Google, a light upper body workout, a light lower body workout, a light full body workout. And you can get 3, 4, 5 exercises. It takes you 15 or 20 minutes to go through. And you can start with that. And then when that becomes super easy for you, you can either look at buying heavier weights, or maybe then it's time to progress to a gym and go in and start doing things on your own. A lot of people initially are very intimidated to go into a gym with a lot of equipment because they just don't know what to do. If that is you and you feel like that, I recommend hiring a trainer. You don't have to have the trainer for the rest of your life. You can go in, you could buy 4 or 5 sessions with the trainer and just ask them to teach you the equipment in the gym and get you comfortable with the gym. And I recommend that anyway so that you don't go in there unknowingly and you end up hurting yourself. And again, we can't keep going and working towards our health and fitness goals because we've hurt ourselves. So we have to take 2 weeks off to recover. So any of that you can avoid, Paying for a trainer up front, 4 or 5 sessions is 100% worth it, just to get you on the right track, make sure you're using the equipment correctly, and get yourself confident and familiar with the gym that you're gonna be working out in. Most gyms actually, when you're new to the gym, do offer at least one complimentary session where they'll show you through the equipment, but I don't think one is enough. You forget, I would definitely recommend a minimum of 4 sessions with a trainer to get yourself very, very comfortable. There's a lot of equipment in a gym. The last thing is, if you have any current injuries, you need to be very mindful of that. I'm sure you are. But a lot of people have maybe an old injury and they don't feel it a lot because they're not very active right now and using those muscles or going through those movement patterns and putting resistance on them. So those injuries might spark back up once you start doing some resistance training, which is again why I would hire a trainer in the beginning to help you learn the exercises, make sure your form is correct, start with proper weights. Don't come in. A lot of guys, especially, will come into a gym, join the gym, and come in and showboat in the gym their first day in, and they'll try and bench press like 200 pounds, right? And then they're not back for 2 weeks. Why? Because they can't lift their arms, you know? Come in with light weights, make sure your form is good, your range of motion is good. See how it feels after that first day with light weights. If you're not too sore and can come back the next day, and then you can put a little bit more on, but go slow. Be smart with your workouts, okay? Even if, you know, I don't care what you did back in your college days or what you did 10 years ago. That's a long time ago. This is now, and you need to adjust your workouts and what you're doing to the body you have now. So just be smart when you come into a gym. And again, that's another good reason to hire the trainer. So I hope these tips are helpful. I do get asked this a lot, but just those are 5 good things that you should think about: the time that you have, your current fitness level, what your goal is realistically, your access to equipment, and any injuries that you might have. Those are all 5 things that you really need to consider, give good thought to when you're designing or going to pick your fitness plan going forward. So hope that's helpful.